Alf, when are these big companies ever going to learn? Walmart comes in heavy that they're getting into the collectible space. 5 years too late. I will talk about why Walmart probably going to fall flat when it comes to collectibles and why this is not that big of news. Also, breakers. Get ready to get your gambling license. It is going to be coming. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Stick around. What's going on, sports card hobby family? It's another day. It's another sports card video. How is everybody doing? It's Monday. It's Monday. We got kind of a shortish week. We got July 4th on Thursday. We will be celebrating big here in the U.S. Couple of housekeeping notes. Shout out to Sports Card Madness. Had me on for a show last week. It aired and they just crossed over 1,000 subscribers. Some really cool, fun, different type of content on the Sports Card Madness YouTube channel, so definitely check it out. I also taped with Mike Wax Pack Hero, hobby legend. I've been watching Mike for years, really, his show. And I like he comes from an angle of someone that's been doing the hobby for a long period of time. And he's got different thoughts on things. I just like the way that he runs his show. So that will be coming out here in the next couple of weeks. Wax Pack Hero. Check out the YouTube channel if you have not already. Huge thanks to today's video sponsor, COMC.com. 35 million cards in the database. Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, marble cards, all the things, it is there on COMC.com. They will have a big booth at the National, so make sure to check them out there. They'll have some drop-off specials and so forth. Visit my COMC links down below to start your COMC journey today. Speaking of links, affiliate links, match up your cards. Look at the color match on this little weasel. We got the green 2012 Breeze with the green SlabMags. Sports Card Dad code gives you 10% off SlabMags on the SlabMags website. So make sure your nice cards are being displayed to the fullest and protecting the surfaces so they don't fade, including auto cards. Big time on auto cards. You don't want the auto to fade. UV protection with the SlabMag. All right, Walmart dances in here. I saw this on Sports Card Investor IG, popped up this morning. Walmart is here. Everyone freak out. Here's the thing. Amazon, Fanatics, both of these companies are massive. These are probably outside of Walmart and eBay, the largest retail marketplaces on planet Earth. And really, I mean, who sells individual single cards on Fanatics.com? Nobody. Who sells them on Amazon? I mean, maybe you sell supplies or something on Amazon, but who has got their card and they're like, I'm going to go and post this on Amazon and sell it? Nobody? I mean, nobody cares to do it. And maybe you could say, oh, well, Amazon hasn't really flipped that switch. And maybe you're right. Here's the thing, though. I feel like eBay is so entrenched and really recognized this as a big part of its business. I just think Amazon is so large that they are not really as focused around collectibles. So I'm sure, yes, they've got a line item that's, we sell X amount of supplies or boxes or whatever, but it's just not as much of a focus. You could even argue maybe with Fanatics, it's kind of similar. I mean, Fanatics is selling mainly jerseys and apparel. And the sports cards and the collectible stuff historically, probably a small line item. Now, of course, it's changed for Fanatics here over the last couple of years. There's more of an emphasis on it, but it hasn't changed that particular marketplace is not being used by anybody, really. No one sells there. And so Walmart enters the fray, and I guess they're going to come in and they're going to have people apply to be a part of this and whatever. When was the last time you went on Walmart.com to buy anything? I mean, we use Amazon. If we're going to go online to buy some random thing, it's Amazon. I don't use Walmart.com right now for anything, let alone if I'm going to go look for cards. I mean, maybe I'll venture out there just to see if there's maybe some sort of a deal because nobody's paying attention to it over there, but eBay, for all of their faults, has done a nice job identifying collectibles and saying, okay, this is a niche that makes us a lot of money. We sell a lot of collectibles on our site, and they have embraced that. They've worked with their partners to try to keep that momentum going. They've got the deal with eBay. They're working with PSA collectors, company collectors on the vault system and all that stuff. They're working with other large hobby companies to keep all that inventory moving through eBay. It's a pretty huge deal, that PSA eBay deal that just happened, where you can literally grade a card with PSA and then throw it on eBay for a 7-day auction. You remember, all these companies are just battling it out to control our inventory, to control cards, the movement of cards, and they're going to try to make it as efficient as possible for us so that we're not shipping back and forth, because the second it gets shipped away from PSA or the second it gets shipped away from eBay, it's gone. And then it could go to Walmart.com, I guess. But the whole idea here is grade the card, vault the card, sell the card. You buy the card on eBay, you put it back in your vault, you sell it again, and these companies keep everything in their world. COMC has got to deal with eBay. I mean, eBay has been smart with who they have partnered with. The fact that they're working with PSA and COMC, and then the fact that the majority of buying and selling of sports cards and collectibles is already on their site, I mean, they've really covered a lot of ground here. These are pretty smart strategic partnerships that eBay has set up. I just don't see how Walmart.com is going to roll in here and make any sort of a dent. It sounds more to me like someone brought this up in a meeting and was like, you know what? eBay's really eating our lunch online when it comes to collectible stuff. How much is it? How much is the collectibles market now? Oh, it's what? How much is it? Oh, geez, I'm sure some executive at Walmart was like, what? They're selling $10 billion a year in cards, trading cards now? You know, because what, 5, 6, 7 years ago it was probably $1 billion, and now it's probably 5 to 10 billion plus trading cards now account for. So I'm sure it got someone's attention. Walmart's going to try to do something. I just don't know if it's going to really matter. I just don't know how quickly they're going to be able to spin something up. It's a massive company with all sorts of red tape, and then just executing it. Again, who buys anything on Walmart.com? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong here. So that's where Walmart is 5 years too late. Speaking of PSA, the real casino kings on IG have rolled out what looks to be a gigantic PSA gambling machine in Vegas or in a casino somewhere, I suppose. And what it is you put in $50 and you get a random PSA 10 Pokemon card. And I think they said something like, you can get a $1,000 Pokemon card. You can win in a $1,000 Pokemon card. It's basically a $50 scratch off or a $50 pull of the slot machine. And then boom, a slab pops out. And I'm just thinking to myself, sure, there's plenty of $1,000 Pokemon cards, $500 Pokemon cards. But how many PSA 10 Pokemon cards are $5 or $10 that aren't even worth the cost of grading? The same way you have it on the sports card side. There's certain cards that you get it graded out just because you got it graded and it's in a 10. It might be a $10 card in a PSA 10. And Pokemon has printed so many cards, that's going to be the thing, is you're going to put $50 in, and a lot of people are going to get a $10, $20 slab out of it. I don't really understand why PSA would be totally cool with a gigantic PSA neon sign above this machine, and then it's got PSA on the side of it. I understand that they are promoting a PSA 10, and I guess from the marketing standpoint, PSA is probably thinking, well, that's good marketing. It's a PSA 10 Pokemon card, but is that really the type of marketing that you want? And do you need that marketing? There's other types of marketing that you can do that's not a gigantic gambling casino machine. And then it's just the world we're living in where just everyone's sports betting and everybody's gambling on something. And it's just going to fly out of control, I feel like. You know, as a society, and I know I'm the no fun dad guy over here that's like, hey man, let me gamble, let me do my thing. Yeah, but when everything is a gamble, it's like derivatives trading. It's like everything, let's gamble on, is the sky blue today or is it going to be gray? Is it overcast? Is it going to rain at 4 p.m.? You want to put $10 on it? Everything is going to be a stupid gamble. And it's like, wake up, world. Again, everyone can do whatever the hell they want with their money, but it seems like it's just a matter of time. It's not, again, this is not an if, it's just a when to me when a state government, multiple states are like, oh my God, we have got to tax this. Guys, everyone's looking for ways to tax you. They're looking for ways, and this is going to be another way. It is absolutely 1,000% coming. You're going to be a breaker. You're going to need to have some sort of a license to do so. And I think for many that are in the space, maybe that's a great thing. I'm not a huge fan of mega regulation. I'm just not. Usually what happens is things get overregulated and then businesses have to adapt. A lot of times it kills businesses and industry, but again, nobody cares about it. Everyone's just like, yes, regulate, and then it goes out of control and then it gets screwed up. That's usually how it works. But here, this is clearly something that should fall under the state gambling whatever rules, whatever those are, I don't know. But it's just a matter of time with this stuff. I think this was a PSA grading partner or something that created this machine or had the machine created. I would be a little nervous though if I have partners that are getting really creative. You know, it's kind of no different when you've got the PSA partner, the group subber that's doing, what is it, like 10 or 15 bucks to prep a card. What are they doing with it if it's $10 to $15 to prep a card for grading? That's a hell of a lot of money to do a magic trick or, you know, throw some fairy dust on it or whatever. Just say a prayer, you know, for this card headed over to PSA. I have to assume you're probably getting some cleaning or some card repair thrown in on that. That's a whole nother video. We've already made a series of videos on that, but I'm sure we'll be talking about that again at some point as well. All right, my friends, that is all I've got today. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.